Hey guys, so it's Monday morning. We're moving on to Latin America. I hope you've turned in everything on your religions, your lesser religions that you were supposed to make a poster on for me, and you've turned that in and shared that back. I'm going to be going back integrating this week. Friday we had professional development all day and Zoom meetings, so if you stare at your computer too long, you will get a headache. So don't do that. But anyhow, so we're in Latin America. This is chapter 8. You'll be doing this map today. So you're going to have to go, and I'll open up chapter 8 in your book section. I guess you could just Google where these things are, what they are. These are the physical features, so not the countries. So you're going to look at the Amazon rainforest or the Amazon River, the Andes Mountains, things like this to put in here. So I will open up chapter 8 in your book. It goes along with this. All right, so we're going to talk about Latin America. So your notes are going to look more like questions like this. If I don't mess them up, trying to get them smaller on my screen. So it says, how long is Latin America? And when we come over to the notes, it's going to give you 7,000 miles. So that would be great. And it goes from the U.S.-Mexico border to Tierra del Fuego. So realize that's all of Latin America. And it's going to be a lot. So there's a lot of notes to go through. I'm not sure that we'll read them all out loud. But you're also going to have a Latin America like country test. So this is like what we usually call Meso or Middle America, and this is South America. So just realize as we're doing this, you're supposed to be going in here and answering the questions. So pull this up as I talk, split your screen. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger so you can read it better, or try to, but I also kind of need to know what you're looking for so I don't just breeze over something you need. All right, so Latin America, like we said, spans 7,000 miles from U.S.-Mexico border all the way down to Tierra del Fuego, part of North America, all of Central and South America, and the Caribbean. The Bahamas is hundreds of islands off of southern Florida, north of Cuba. Nassau is the largest city and the capital. The Greater Antilles, the larger islands in the Caribbean, Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico. Hispaniola is divided between Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the Lesser Antilles are smaller islands southeast of Puerto Rico. So it's all this area in the map right here. You have questions over here. All right, mountains. The Andes Mountains are down in Peru and much longer. So South American range along the western side of the continent. It is the world's longest mountain range, the world's second highest mountain range. So that's a lot of mountains going down South America. The Llanos is a grassy, treeless area used for livestock, grazing, farming, and it's located in Colombia and Venezuela. So that's 7 and 8. And guys, I've taken some Spanish, but I'm going to mispronounce some of these things. So just smile and nod. It'll be okay. The Cerrado is the flat savannas with moderate rainfall. They're good for farming. They're found in the interior of the Brazilian, mostly an underdeveloped Amazon River basin. And realize right now they're fighting to keep the Amazon River basin from being exploited for their trees and other things. And we get most of our oxygen being produced from the Amazon. So you need the trees. Let's see. Pampas are the area of grassland-rich soil used for cattle and wheat. They're located in Argentina and Uruguay. They're home to the gaucho culture centered on horsemen. Let's see. So that's over there at 13. The Rio Grande forms the border between the U.S. and Mexico. That would be a large river, great river. The Amazon River is the longest river in the Western Hemisphere, flows 4,000 miles from west to east to Atlantic. Branches start in the Andes, fed by over 1,000 tributaries, carries more water than the next 7 largest rivers. So that's a lot of water going on. The Panama Canal. We asked you about this in the geography stuff at the beginning. Jay Leno was asking people about their geography skills. And they struggled with Panama Canal. It does give you from the Atlantic to the Pacific or Pacific to Atlantic. And it makes it so you don't have to go all the way around South America to get to the other side. You can cut through the middle. So it makes it much quicker. Let's see. Lake Maracaibo is the region's largest lake. Lake Titicaca is the world's largest navigable lake. I'm having trouble speaking today. It'll be okay. Lake Nicaragua is the largest lake in Central America. Angels Falls is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall in this area. The natural resources of Latin America. Region is rich in minerals, energy resources, agriculture, forests. They have gold, silver, iron, copper, bauxite, which is aluminum ore, lead, and nickel. And they are the world leader in mining and exporting raw materials. So, quick historical fact, if you don't remember world history or haven't gotten to it yet. When the colonizers, when some of the explorers came over and they saw the Aztec and Maya and different groups painted themselves in gold paint because there was just so much gold around. They took all that gold back with them to Spain, and it crashed the economy because it caused inflation to happen. There was too much money in things, so the value of the money went down. So that is why they thought there was there was an El Dorado somewhere, because there was so much gold around and they had never seen that much before. Let's see. We aren't to slash and burn yet, so resources, there we go. So natural resources of Latin America, Jamaica, they list them here, some of the same as the slide before. We have hydroelectric power, oil and gas. Venezuela and Mexico have major oil deposits. Rainforests, so how large is Brazil's Amazon rainforest? The rainforest dense with forests, special trees, hot and rainy all year, unique ecosystem. It is 2 million square miles, 2,500 types of Amazon trees. Animals in there include the anaconda, the jaguar, and piranha. There are animals that live in the rainforest that don't live anywhere else in the world, and probably species they aren't even sure of. Okay, there's a desert, the Atacama Desert, located in northern Chile. Highlands varies from moderate to cold due to elevation, wind, sun, and landscape. So you would answer what is found in northern Chile. It would be the Atacama Desert. Slash and burn farming. So they will have to clear out some of the grass and burn debris. It's used by the native peoples and today by poor farmers in the Amazon basin. They move to a new area when the soil is exhausted. So in the United States, you'll notice they tend to trade out what crop is being planted each year in different fields, or they will let the field rest, or they will have to spray more nutrients back into the field to have a better crop. Well, they don't have this ability, so they just burn an area, farm there for a while until the nutrients are drawn out of the soil, and then move to a new area and do the same thing and cut the ground and clear cut it and then burn it and then plant their farms. All right, terrace farming. When you live in the mountains, you have to do this to keep your crops from so you can have crops. So this happens in the mountains in the Incas in Peru and Aztecs in Mexico. And so there were some review questions, but you're answering all of ours, so it's fine. Native Americans, the original groups, we know of the Mayan. Unknown why Mayan abandoned their cities. Really could have just not been working out politically, could have lost resources, could have had some kind of disease come through and people moved out, could have had invaders, lots of reasons. The Aztec Empire in the Valley of Mexico, centered on the capital of Tenochtitlan. Inca, a great civilization, is in the top of the Andes Mountains in Peru. Alright, so now you should be on 29 and more. I'm not sure if we'll make it through all of these in this video, but that's okay. We'll do the rest tomorrow. So the Europeans arrive in 1492. Obviously, Columbus discovers America. We know other people had been here prior to that. He called them Indians because he thought he had made it to India and circumnavigated the world, but he had not. Then we have the Treaty of Tordesillas. Not sure why that says 1994. That date is wrong. It's 1494. I'll see if I can fix that because that's no bueno. Nope, I can't. So in the map, it tells you in this map right here, it tells you 1494. This was just a typo, so we'll have to fix that later. This is between Spain and Portugal, and they split the countries. And so Tordesillas will split who gets what. Later, England comes in, France comes in, but during the early exploration, it will be mainly Spain and Portugal. This is why Brazil speaks Portuguese, and the rest of the nations speak Spanish. Early 1500s, you have Cortez, and the Spanish destroyed the capital and built Mexico City on the ruins. Spanish will bring in their own language, religion, and the Indian heritage stays strong. They have a large mestizo population, meaning they are mixed. This is why the Spanish language is there. So I asked you some questions about cultural diffusion last time. It's kind of what I meant. When the colonizers came in and brought their language, they'll bring their religion. This is why a large majority of them are Catholic, but are also Catholic with a mix of whatever their initial religion was. Pizarro will conquer the Incas. Since Spanish conquest in 1500s, Native Americans are ruled by others. The governors rule the region, acting on behalf of the monarchs. Following their independence, minority of Spanish colonists still ruled after the 1800 independence. An oligarchy, meaning a small group will lead. It will be the ruling class. If a government couldn't control the people, the military would seize power and form a junta, which is a harsh government run by a general. Many 20th century Latin American countries are ruled by a caudillo, a military dictator, supported by military and wealthy, and sometimes even are elected. So they get elected, but wasn't necessarily a fair election. So that would be around number 33 on this slide over here, on this page. We'll get a couple more in and we'll call it. Actually, let's stop there. So there's a good break. We'll stop at culture. So you should have finished at 33 for today. We'll move on to the others for tomorrow. I may add some more questions in there. It just depends on how far they go. There is not a whole lot left, but culture looks like a good place to stop. So we'll finish up tomorrow. Make sure you get your map done. Make sure you get any readings or videos I post on here done. There may even be some vocab, and like I said, I'll put the chapter 8 into your Canvas because right now it's just 5, 6, and 7. All right? You guys are awesome. Have a great Monday.